Powerful storms are battering Northern California for a third day in a row.
2017 seemed to be filled with bad weather news.
Nearly 200,000 people told to evacuate.
Much of this news came from the USA, and many reports linked the events to climate change.
It's exactly the type of thing that the experts on climate have been predicting.
It's impossible for the hurricane not to have been affected by climate breakdown.
Something many scientists are linking to global warming.
The reality and the horror of climate breakdown.
Fifth largest fire in California history.
We know from the changing in the climate that it's going to exacerbate everything else.
But a closer look at the global and long-term data gives a better understanding of the claim that 2017 saw more extreme weather than in the past. 2017 saw a return of hurricanes to the United States. No major hurricane had made landfall in the US in the 12 previous years, and the season ranked as the 7th most intense Atlantic hurricane season since 1851. The accumulated cyclone energy index for all three tropical oceans combined shows a decline of 20% under the long-term average for hurricanes. In 2017, more than 9,000 fires were reported in California, affecting 1.4 million acres across the state. But a University of California at Los Angeles study shows that the number of wildfires has been falling in California. A 2016 review shows that the area destroyed by wildfires globally has been declining. And the journal Nature has produced a database of historic droughts which are linked to wildfires. It shows that the global area experiencing drought has declined slightly since the 1980s. California was also hit by a record rainy season, the second wettest winter in its history since records began more than a century ago. But a recent study found no increase in North American or European floods over the past 80 years. Another 2017 study also found no link between global warming and floods at the global scale. New research in 2017 sheds light on the fears that climate change may be weakening the South Asian summer monsoon. The second half of the century had seen the monsoon weakening, bringing less of the much-needed rain to the region's farmers. But another study showed that the Indian summer monsoon had strengthened and that the monsoon rainfall had increased significantly since 2002. According to the United States National Snow and Ice Data Center, global sea ice levels at the end of 2017 recovered slightly from the levels seen at the end of the previous year. But the global trend shows a long-term, gradual retreat of sea ice. And the long-term sea ice data show opposite trends in the Arctic and Antarctic. Global average sea level has not changed much since 2015. The average rate of sea level rise since 1993 has been 3.2 millimetres per year, or about a foot per century. There is no sign of sea level rise acceleration in the satellite record. The past 3 years have seen record global temperatures. The El Niño pushed temperatures upward, but global temperatures have dropped 0.5 degrees centigrade since the El Niño peak in 2016. They are now almost back to pre-El Niño levels. Temperatures have increased, but by much less than the scientific projections. In 1990, the IPCC predicted temperature increases of 0.3 degrees centigrade per decade. But the record shows about half of that, depending upon which dataset is used. Extreme weather can have terrible consequences, and this rightly draws media attention. But dramatic stories don't capture the reality of the planet's climate.
While Texas braves this deluge, thousands of miles away in Asia, 1,200 are dead and tens of millions displaced by extreme monsoon flooding in India, Bangladesh and Nepal. None was caused by climate change. They're all natural weather events, but it's climate change that makes them worse.
There have not been more storms, floods or droughts, as has been feared. Despite dramatic stories, the world was hit by fewer natural disasters than usual in 2017. A third fewer people were killed by extreme weather in 2017 than in the previous year. The world is not becoming a more dangerous planet.